This is an MS Views and News interview with DJ Shani, MS patient and entrepreneurs extraordinaire. Today, we're going to talk about life with MS and career and relationships and community in these COVID times. And we're going to talk about all that right now. DJ, you still kicking during these COVID times? What's happening? You spinning? You on the ones and twos? What's happening?
Hey, Damian. Yeah, I've actually been playing a lot more during COVID, which is kind of mind-blowing.
Really? Like
yeah,
people are coming out and partying and doing all this stuff in the COVID times?
Especially like that, like you just did, especially like that. No, before COVID, I had 2 residencies, one on Friday night and one on Saturday night. And then COVID happened and I had none. And then when Texas started to open up, I started getting more people reaching out to me.
Right.
Because they miss my sound, like my sound, maybe a combo of both. But yeah, I've been really, really busy. A lot more, which is surprising, a lot more like private events that they want to hear Femi Kuti or Fela Kuti, or they want to hear like house music or disco, and you really wouldn't expect them to connect with those specific kinds of music. But it's been a blessing. It's been shocking, but it's also been a blessing at the same time.
That's even while I'm having you here on this space, because COVID shut everything down, and then people pop up and reinvent themselves in different ways or figure out different ways to do the same thing. And it seems like that your career and that your the way you make your bread, so to speak, you grind your bone to make your bread, so to speak, is continued to evolve. So like that's kind of why we're in the space. So career over these COVID times, how's that continued to evolve for you through this life?
I feel like a lot of I can't speak for all DJs, but the DJs that I know and I respect and how I have been approaching things is I won't do a party for like $150 in like a bar tag. I won't. I mean,
well, you're not 23 anymore, so
yeah, no, sir, not at all. But
essentially, no, I'm going to cut you off here. The point that you're making is to make sure that when you show up to events now, that is going to be worth your while, and to not just take the job just to take the job, but to be like, no, it's COVID, so you're going to have to build in that into the compensation and pay me. That's a big thing. Speak on that, please.
Well, I think it's you can have MS, you cannot have MS, but to your point, creatives suffered a ton. Everybody suffered during the pandemic, but creatives, we go out, we leave our homes, we pack up our stuff, we go to the venue or the coffee shop or the art gallery. Sometimes we have to provide sound, and I think a lot of the people that I work with and people that I respect are not going to do that for pennies, because they were putting their lives at risk, to be totally honest.
Frankly,
having an autoimmune disease or not, like even before the vaccines and even during the vaccines, we're putting our lives on the line for the party. And
just to have a good time.
And I think I really honed in on my version of respect. Like, you have to get me there and back. Like I said in the last time we chatted, I'm gonna add some more money on, because not only would I do that, but some of the venues would be like, oh, this is $22 pandemic fee, or 22% of the whole bill, which is kind of nuts to me, but I get it.
Totally.
So
there's, I'm sorry, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, I didn't feel bad about upping my prices.
That's part of it, and that's kind of like, hey, you're an entrepreneur. That's the female version of the entrepreneur.
I heard
Like
that.
you're
I heard that.
yeah, you're an entrepreneur. So you are adjusting your prices accordingly, and you're going in not only knowing that, but also with the gumption that this will cost you more, and there is a 25% pandemic fee, and that's what it is, period. And that's kind of how you're continuing to walk forward. Yeah.
And it also like kind of forced me to remember who the I am.
That's
You
right.
understand?
Who you
Uh,
is.
right. I've been playing 24 years,
Mm-hmm.
25 years, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start yesterday.
Mm.
I started with vinyl, which people are like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I started with vinyl." I know. It's so hard. I'm like, "Yeah, but that's everybody did that."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it forced me to like remember who I am.
Mm.
Because sometimes you forget who you are. But that is like, okay, all the
Often.
silent time of not going out and socializing and like
Yeah.
talking to people and try to make deals. If you kind of are in your cave, uh, you start to think like, how can this be better for me? So
Right.
yeah.
And so as we're going through, and yeah, we increase our prices and things like that. As I'm hearing you speak, it seems like you're speaking to more people as part of the whole thing. And one of the things I was wanting to speak about with you here is community. Like, has your
Mhm.
community changed? Has how you've been dealing with the community shifted? Like, how does MS and COVID-19 play into being an entrepreneur like yourself and still being able to make the road by walking and still keep going forward?
Well, if I'm booked for something, I let it be known that
Mm,
you got to take care of me.
mm,
I
mm,
walk with a cane. You probably don't have the equipment. I'm probably going to have to bring my own in the wagon with all the things. Maybe have to bring an extra speaker.
mm.
So, and I walk with a cane. Did I tell you I walk with a cane?
Did I
Oh
tell
my
you? Did I
God. Did I
mention
tell
that?
you?
I mention that, right?
And so I feel like people are a lot more accommodating,
Ah.
especially after COVID
So
or
that's
during.
what I'm saying. Like you're feeling that the community is a more accommodating to you and your needs. Whereas before it might have been you're like, no, this is what it is. And people are like,
Yeah.
really? But now nothing else has changed. However, there's
Mm-mm.
a novel flu that has been running through the world for years. And because of that, that has given other people more leeway to be able to acquiesce to your requests. And notice I didn't say demands, requests.
You got bars. You got bars. I see you.
That's what I do.
Um, but I feel like the empathy meter has risen a bit for most of the
Okay.
people. There are some people that it really affected poorly, and
Hmm.
my heart goes out to the people that have lost a ton of people during this pandemic.
Hmm.
I've only lost a few, uh,
Same.
but there's not a lot. A lot of people have lost a lot of
A
people
lot of people.
because of coronavirus. And sometimes it breaks them, which is completely understandable because we're human beings and we get
Hmm.
sad and we get pissed and we get
Yep.
depressed,
Yep.
and that's totally understandable. But for the ones who are not in that category, empathy has kind of gone through the roof.
Hmm.
I, when I play,
Huh.
like what you see is what you get. I might have a cane that's rolled up in my little purse,
Right.
but you better believe when I need it, I whip it out
We ready to
and
go.
you're ready to go. I was an official South by Southwest artist for the first time this past year. I was an official artist in 2020, but we all know what happened then.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right. I remember that.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But the speaking of community, going back to your question, Um, I feel very taken care of by the South by Southwest organization because they have a disability access department.
Oh, wow.
So any artist that has mobility challenges,
Hmm.
whatever the case, uh, whatever the case, like they had me. They had me
Right,
like for
right,
real, for real.
right.
Um, and so I didn't because it can be very daunting with such a big thing like South by Southwest, people coming from all
Yeah,
over the world, and
yeah,
maybe people don't speak the same language and don't understand like the cultural norms about you
right.
can't stand in the middle of the street, homie. You
You
just got
can't
to
do
switch
that.
to the left.
You can't
Can't
do
do
that.
that. Can't do that.
So your career
Um,
continues to evolve even during these COVID times. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And you're
absolutely.
sort of making that evolution happen. And it's less of this thing is happening, what am I going to do? It's more of this thing is happening, what else can I do? And an important thing to sort of hit home and be like, yeah, if you are in the entrepreneur or the entrepreneur's lifestyle, how can your requests be adjusted to make sure that it's more worth your while? What is your employer doing to ensure your safety and that they are going to get all of you? Because they're giving you a dollar value for your
That's right.
energy and your presence. So
Hmm.
you are ensuring that you can continue to give them your energy and your presence accordingly. And it's not 2018 anymore.
That's
So
true.
if we are going to, inflation aside, come off of them commas, because I could legit no longer be here just because of this venue. So
Same.
you got to work it out.
Yep. Yep.
So
I mean, I think
no, you go.
also I was going to say that I think that uh, in these pandemical times, uh, I've learned that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And when you say no,
Mm.
you're saying yes to other good stuff,
Whoa,
you
you're gonna
know.
have to say that one more time
I'm gonna say it louder for the people in the back.
in the back.
When you say no, you say yes
Wow,
to other good stuff.
wow. Speak on that, please.
I mean, I've been a part of like groups haven't paid me, taking me off the bill because somebody else was a headliner,
Mm-hmm.
and what? But like the day of the venue, the day of the party, yeah, we're gonna take you off the. Oh, oh, for real? Okay,
Sure. Okay. Cool.
that happened like one and a half times, and I was like, "You
Mm.
guys are great, but it's just not working for me."
So
I
how's your
just
MS been in all of this? Like, have you been having flares? Have you had a different approach with your neurologist or things like that?
so, um, I'm very thankful for my process. Um, I still I'm not on any medication.
Okay.
It's manageable. I have relapsing remitting.
Okay.
Um, I I haven't done it in like a couple months because I've been busy, but I usually work out 3 times a week, maybe 4,
Okay.
and I'm not like just walk on the treadmill
Just, yeah. Yeah.
30 minutes and then
Yeah.
maybe do one of these numbers, 5 pounds, maybe like a leg press, maybe like 20. Just the little things. And I've learned that
Mm,
to keep my mental stability and to keep myself
mm,
sane, working out uh, to my ability has been
mm,
life saving.
mm.
Absolutely. Because if I'm very anxious or nervous or sad or depressed or all of those above, like in one ball, if I
Huh.
go to the gym
Right.
and I put on some real hype music
Mm-hmm.
and just walk on the treadmill, I look down and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been on this treadmill for like an hour and how long? Oh yeah, I feel
Oh
better.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's there's something in that, DJ. It's the idea of you adjusting, yeah, right, but then also continuing to do the little things. And when you have such a big weight on you, pressing down on you, it's tough to remember that the little things are important. So if you can't go to a certain place or you can't do a certain thing, is there a way to adjust that? So you're like, all right, fine, I'm not going to do all that other stuff, but I know I can go on that treadmill and just walk for 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm going to do that. And that's important for me to highlight right here in this space, because you can just feel so overwhelmed all the time. With the MS, plus the COVID, plus the regulation, all the stuff, you can feel overwhelmed, and it leads you to do nothing. And DJ Shani is here like, look, I got all of the things that you got. Make sure you do something.
Something. And I wasn't even a part of like a pod. I was a part of no pods.
No pod.
I was a part of the streaming comedy pod. I was a part of on my own. I was a part of the let's just order some groceries right quick and make some stuff I've never made before.
Sure. Refrigerator surprise. Let's go.
Right. Pretty much. But going back to what you were saying about just so many things. My daddy used to say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's him right there.
Okay.
And that's my mama. And that's
y'all can tell she got a hat on. Go ahead, mama. Well, old school hat. Okay.
No, that's her hair. That's her hair. That's not a hat. That's her hair.
No, it's not. It's her hair. Oh, she's black and proud. Okay.
All day, every day.
But a little bit at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little. Like, I feel like a lot of times that people that have MS, the switch, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even, is they start to recollect. I did this. You probably did this. People watching probably did the same. They start to remember who they used to be physically and mentally, and it makes them sad. And I am totally that person. It made me very, very sad. Yeah. But then, what can I do? If I can't go to the gym, I'm just going to sit down or lay down and try to touch my toes. If I can't do my toes, I'm going to try to get my shin.
Right.
Shin's all loose. Okay, we're going to just stretch a little bit more and get the toes.
Really, what I'm hearing in all of this, and as you're making your way, and we haven't gotten to relationships. We'll get up in there. But honestly, with MS and career and your community, it's looking like you making sure that you do the little things instead of being overwhelmed by, frankly, correct things to overwhelm you. But just doing the a little bit is really helping you continue to move forward. And I know that's something that helps me. And it's important for this audience to be a part of that conversation as well. Because some folk are still trying to do it all, and they're doing it all. Some folk are like, nope, I'm not going nowhere, never. And that's fine. Right. But let's figure out something else for you, because there's more out here, and you have to figure out, if you can't drink the whole thing, figure out a way to take a sip.
Absolutely.
You're doing that with exercise and your clients, and your like family. Is that something that is something that you sort of have to navigate as well? Like, some cousins and them, they all want you to come to the cookout and stuff, but you're like, no, I haven't been outside of my house or an approved venue in 2 years because of COVID,
Yeah. No, I've been out in 2 years because I've been out.
Because you've been working.
I've been working. But I'm good, bad, or indifferent. I don't have any family in this city. Right. The closest family I have is probably like 3 hours away.
Sure. Sure.
So,
So that
I have
element,
a chosen family. I have a chosen
there we
family.
go.
And there are certain people that I can't holler at everybody if I need a little, you know. But there are certain people that I can call and be like, "Can
Yeah.
you like cry on the phone with them if it's like a really rough kind of day?" Um, but I learned that like, okay, you can't always go to that same person
Nope.
because as soon as they see your name and they're like,
Ah,
"Fuck," I don't want to be that person. I
no,
don't
you
want to be
don't.
that person.
You do not want to be
Yeah.
that person at all.
But the other thing that I was gonna say is that for people that are feeling kind of stuck,
Hmm.
because it's still the pandemic, because uh, you have whatever one of the four types of MS, just do the things that you can control, right?
Mm,
Um,
right. Right.
Another thing that helped me was like a system. So I wake up immediately to the shower,
Okay.
breakfast,
Okay.
meditate,
Sure.
pray.
Sure.
So I have to get up before Jesus gets up, but that's another story.
Okay.
To get
Well,
out
then
of
you was gonna always be up because God is always up, child.
man. But no, but that has helped me. Like sometimes I wake up at 4:30, sometimes it's 7, but I have a system of things that I need to do before I expose myself to the world with everybody
Same.
else's
Me too.
energy and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I can center myself so I can deal with other people's energy.
So it sounds like more like you pulling yourself in, making sure your space
Absolutely.
is together, making sure you have everything you need. You woke up, you
Hmm.
ate properly, you got your sleep, and that you also increase your prices and that you also said no. And that's okay because that enabled you to say yes to other things.
Yep.
And surprisingly, COVID has given other people and clients more empathy, and they've given you more ways to have accessibility with your disability. So in some ways it's kind of not sweet because it's this horrible virus. In other ways it's kind of sweet because it's making you see what's important to you and go toward that, period.
And also to give myself permission to have agency.
Mm. What does that
I
mean?
don't think
Agency? How?
people
What does that mean?
just
Like,
like
like call my
to
agent? Like, what are you doing?
absolutely not, sir. To have agency over my choices, my body,
Mm,
whatever I need to do to make myself feel good,
right.
legally speaking.
Yeah.
I have agency over myself. I'm not gonna do a gig that has no elevator. If it has a few
Right.
steps,
Right.
okay.
Sure.
But if it's like the steps, you see
Yeah.
where that star is?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I'm not doing
Yeah. No, it's
so.
has that been because of COVID? You're like, no, I'm no longer doing these things. Or have you just always been that way? Because that
I
that's
think
a
it's a
that's a difficult thing. Like I just went through, it's a difficult thing,
yeah,
especially when you're shrinking because of a medical condition.
yeah,
You want to not be the squeaky wheel in a lot of ways, and
right.
you have to be the squeaky wheel, but also know that the wheel is rolling just fine. There's no squeaks. It's just that you are understanding that this is what you need, and that the people around you have to give you what you need. And if they're not, then you go be around other people.
Exactly. I feel like this one. There's one question that if it pops up, I'm not going to do the gig. They tell me all that they can do,
All the stuff, all the
but
stuff.
and I'm listening. I'm pretty reasonable. I'll
Sure,
let you talk.
sure,
I'll ask questions. We'll
sure,
have an exchange.
sure.
If in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I walk with a cane. I don't need this. I'm not
Right,
doing it. I don't
right.
care if it's a $5,000 gig for 2 hours.
Mm,
I'm not doing it.
mm.
Maybe I spoke too soon,
But no, there is. It sounds
but
like there's a weighing of like, what's the
yeah,
offer? what do I need? And if you can't give me everything, if you cannot at least meet me in the middle, then this is
Yeah.
not going to happen. There's so many
Yeah.
things going on. My immune
Yeah.
system is eating my brain and my spine. There's a novel flu that continues to evolve around us. And I really have to figure out my own way to do the little things for me, to give myself breaks, to make sure that I'm saying no to some things so that I can say yes to other things. And
Yeah.
also to make sure to increase my price so that I'm not doing all the stuff and then still being like, well, was that actually worth it?
Right. So that's why I have these tough conversations, which is
Mm,
what I like to call them.
mm,
And I believe in being fair. I believe in paying all the people that I hire if I throw an event.
mm,
And sometimes people don't feel the same way, but I would rather know that beforehand. I would rather know that before I send the contract, before the deposit is sent to me. Another thing I wanted to say to the people who are feeling sometimey about how they're going to function, um, don't let people rush you. I know I said this last
mm.
time. Don't let people rush you, and don't let people say,
Wow,
uh, "I heard that."
that's the
Uh,
timer.
I know. And don't let people make you feel bad about needing extra time to move.
Mm,
Oh, it's just right up the block. Well, what you need that code for? That is your opportunity to
wow,
maintain your agency and say, let me talk to you about what you just said right now.
right.
They get
Wow.
embarrassed, but it matters not because it's important for people with MS and other disabilities to speak up for themselves.
Absolutely. Maintaining your agency. That's that. I've never really heard it put in that manner. So that's really important. And that kind of gives me a feather in my cap. Like, I'm out here maintaining my agency, y'all, because DJ Shani told me. Okay. No, thank you for sharing those insights and giving a bit of the audience, giving the audience a bit of what's become important to you through these times and something that things that have helped you continue to evolve and to grow and to honor the medical condition you have, but also honor the need to work and the want to work and be social and be out and about. The humans are a social animal. However,
Absolutely.
during these days, it has to be in a certain way. So
Yeah.
make sure things are in a certain way, and then we can party all day till the break of dawn type of stuff.
That's
You
right.
know?
Hmm.
DJ Shani, where can people find you? Where can people find how you spin and do all the stuff? Talk to them. Tell me.
So djshani.com, DJSHANI.com, Instagram, DJ Shani, DJSHANI. I'm Instagram heavy, I'm not gonna lie. And I have a SoundCloud, soundcloud.com slash
Sure.
DJ Shani. Gonna be releasing another mix. Feel like I need to release more mixes and a monthly mix because people are like, "Hey, so you got any more mixes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, geez, okay, fine, I got it."
I'm at home. I'm not really going anywhere because of the COVID. Child, you're gonna need to give me some more mixes.
Yeah, I know. But when you've been in the game as long as I have, you're very particular about your song selection.
Sure.
You can't just like throw something together. Even though there's some mixes I've done that, every DJ has done that, but I like to curate very specific
Mm,
sounds
yeah,
and feelings, feel good
yeah,
mixes.
yeah.
I like to call it spooky sexy. Yeah.
The idea, I think that my biggest takeaway is that it's okay to say no, and
Yeah.
that you don't often get that. And the COVID is a sort of a thing to really highlight that importance. So thank you for saying that in this space, and thank you for joining us and sharing some of your insights in these worlds and these life and times. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for
I
watching
feel
as
like
well.
I've known you forever. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing. Like if there's like there's a people that you've never met before, but you've known forever, and you're one of those people. So that's what makes me sort of vibe when I'm like, oh, who can we interview? No, I got to interview DJ Shani. Come on, guys, let's get up to there. So thank you for sharing.
Respect.
Thank you for sharing some of your insights, and thank you for sharing your presence with this audience. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll catch you on another MS Views now. Thank you. See you later.
Peace, y'all.